Hello friends. This year has been quite a ride for me. Lots of ups and downs. In this video, I will share some of the projects that I was most proud of this year, and I will discuss some of the exciting goals that we have for our photography and for this channel in 2024. And then I will share a mini vlog on location with Raymond while he is about to begin working towards one of his goals. So stay tuned. If you follow this channel, you'll know that I had a forced hiatus from photography for the majority of the year because I was either injured or recovering from surgeries. I am still recovering, and I'm not sure when I will be back to normal, if I'll ever be back to normal. So this year I have done a lot of looking back at old photos and working them into new videos with new topics. On the surface, that could seem like it would have been shortchanging you all and boring for me, but I think we've created some of our most interesting videos. Instead of going to new places and capturing a ton of new photos, I've been forced to dig deeper in the planning stage of my videos for topics and how I'll present them to you all. And I think the content on the channel has been better for it, or at least more varied. 3 of the videos in 2023 that I am most proud of are: this video in February was the first time I shared that I was interested in aviation and flight simulators. It was a bit of a risk to introduce the topic because it didn't have anything to do with photography, but luckily it was okay. The video was well received by you all. I suppose I shouldn't have been surprised by so many viewers saying that they also like flight sim along with cameras. The community that we have built here seem to be pretty like-minded. You and I seem to like a lot of the same things: photography, aviation, and Lego, to name a few. Our video on the Nikon Z8, which was introduced this year, was not only one of our most viewed videos of the year, but it was one that I am incredibly proud of because Raymond did it almost entirely on his own, and he created some absolutely stunning photography and a really good video to go along with it. It's a long video, but he really poured his heart and soul into it. I definitely recommend giving it a watch, even if you're not interested in the Z8. I'll link to all of these videos in the description. Okay, I was going to mention only 3 videos, but there's a group of videos that I'm proud of. That'll be number 3. They're the ones where I really pushed my own boundaries. I tried several new pieces of photo editing software and shared videos on them where I was editing photos from our catalog. Not only did I know that these videos would be quite a bit of work, it's tough to switch up your editing process and to learn a new piece of software. They're tough videos to edit, but viewers had been asking me to do more editing on screen for years. And I was really lucky to be working with a few of the companies, so it pushed me to try. And lo and behold, I actually really liked each piece of software quite a lot, and I still use all of them for different purposes. Looking forward to 2024, I have quite a few goals. Many of them won't necessarily be seen by you all. They have to do with how I work, but ideally you'll notice the results. The first goal I have is to continue to produce more project-focused content. Before my back issues, I was starting to do this more often, and I was able to dabble in it this year, but I'm already planning a few videos or even series of videos where I will be able to take you through a project from concept to gear to in the field to the finished product or even a print. Here's a hint at one of the projects I'm beginning to work on. Now that I can sit up for longer stretches of time, I want to get back into flight simulation and sharing it with you all. I miss it. I have my station still set up in my studio, but so far I've been intimidated to restart it. I've updated Microsoft Flight Simulator several times over the past few months, but then just didn't sit down to fly. So this year, I will get myself back in the cockpit, so to speak. And we will create some videos on the topic. And speaking of flying, I am able to travel a little bit now, I think. Where should I go? Should I go somewhere I've been, like San Francisco, Bryce Canyon, or Chicago, or somewhere new? I would love to share the process of these trips with you all. This incorporates the first thing that I talked about, project-focused content. I want to show you more than just the results of these trips. On a related note, I've had a number of people ask about in-person workshops and tours. In the past, we've gone to photograph the Aurora Borealis with Dr. Jose Francisco Salgado in northern Canada, which we could potentially do again. I did a wildlife photography workshop with Juan Pons in Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks, which was amazing, and I would love to work with him again as well. But tell me, where would you be interested in going with me in the comments? I will absolutely look at the comments and plan around them. I mentioned the back end goals, things that aren't as exciting and you don't necessarily see, but I think that you all can probably relate to at least a couple of these. So here's some of them are. A simple goal of mine is to manage my in-work storage better. The files that I'm currently working with or have recently finished with. I have too many external drives that contain files that need to be dispositioned to their final resting place. Being more organized will allow me to devote more time and energy towards creating videos for you all. Something that you may see is that I will be putting effort into adding correct subtitles to our YouTube videos this year. I've just started doing it in the last couple videos, and YouTube has made the function pretty easy for me to do. So I'm happy to take a step towards better serving the portion of my audience that is non-hearing or hard of hearing or simply likes to read the subtitles. And the last thing you may or may not see is me simply getting back into shape in some way. I don't know what my limits will end up being, but I really, really miss going out into the desert or the woods and hiking or running for hours on end, finding those hidden nooks and crannies of the wilderness. Keep your fingers crossed for me. I do have a fantastic physical therapy team on my side, so we are definitely working on it. We are at a location that Raymond will tell you about in just a moment, but there he is. There he is now, the man of the hour. We are at one of Raymond's goals right now. Raymond, do you want to tell us all about this goal and what you're doing right now?
Are you talking to me?
It's me. I don't know if you could hear that. He said, me? Is it my turn? Yeah, here, why don't you come and...
You asked a question.
Here, why don't you come and sit down? Do you want to take this?
No, I can't sit down. I can kneel down. So what was your question?
What are you doing here? What are you doing?
Running for 72 hours. It's going to be a long way to go. 1.4 mile loops, so I'm not going to get anywhere. That's why.
You want to talk any more about that? So one of Raymond's continuous goals.
Here, take that back. I got to start getting ready. This goes off in 20 minutes.
We'll meet back up with him. I will get him to talk a little bit more. But one of his continuous goals is to just stay in shape and stay fit and run very long distances. I obviously am not taking part this year in this race because I still can't run, but Raymond can. And he does have some mild goals for this race. Do you want to share any of those mild goals for this race?
I'd like to see if I can go 200 miles in 72 hours. We'll see what happens. No promises.
I think you heard that. He is setting up all of his stuff. I'm going to take you on a tour of the little campsite here because, wow, that's a very loud vehicle or something.
I think it's an airplane.
Yeah, I think it's an airplane, but it sounds like it's landing right here. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm going to take you on a tour of this campsite while Raymond is finishing up getting ready, and then we'll see him off to start his 3-day run. Yeah, you heard me right. It's a 3-day run.
3, 2, 1. Here we go, Caspians!
Go runners! All right, so I'm not going to explain any more about what this race is. I'm sure it's super confusing to most people right now. What's going on? What? Raymond is running for 3 days? Are you nuts? And not going anywhere? It's a loop? What? I know, it's strange to most people, but it's something that Raymond and I have done for a very long time. He's done it much longer than I have. And if you do want to learn more about it, let me know. I can definitely, Raymond and I can work up a video about that if anyone is interested. In the meantime, while the race has gotten started and while I'm still kind of hanging out for a few laps before I take off and go edit this video at home, let's take a tour of the campsite. So this campsite is for 3 days. Raymond will not be spending a ton of time here. He's mostly running, but he needs to have some creature comforts. He needs to have a place to lay his head down for, a few hours here and there. And he needs to have some of his own comfort foods, even though there is an incredible aid station here. But anyway, again, those are things that we can certainly explain in another video. But let's do a campsite tour at a 3-day running race. Sitting down into Raymond's chair, y'all will have seen this before. This is a Jackery, which I always forget what this is called. The 300 Plus is what this is called. It's a solar generator, and we do have the solar panel in the tent for this. We have a little solar panel, but we have another power option over here for kind of the heavier duty stuff. That smaller Jackery is for things like just the phones and the headphones and stuff like that. But we have a big, what is this called? A solar panel right here. This is an Energy solar panel, and you can guess what this is plugged into, I'll bet. One of our Energy solar generators. This one is, pardon me, the Energy Apex. The Energy Apex is not Energy's newest solar generator. This is their previous generation. We still use it and love it. We do also have the newer solar generator from them, which is the Flex 1500. That one is also awesome. I will put a link to it in the description. I don't think they still offer the Apex. The Flex 1500 is awesome. We just this one happened to be closer and easier to get to, so this is the one we brought. All of Energy stuff is really good. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm just showing you the stuff that we really like and use in real life. So there's the little Jackery solar panel. So what am I on? I am on a big air mattress. This was pumped up with the Energy Apex, and Raymond likes to have this just to lay down for a few hours here and there. The 17-year-old will also sleep on this, and there's sleeping bags. We forgot pillows, so they're just going to use some blankets and stuff. But I will link to a few of these items, like the air mattress, because this air mattress is great and relatively inexpensive as air mattresses go. There's an electric blanket here that will also get plugged into the Energy. I will link to that. I just watched the owner of this race company run by talking to the camera, which is hilarious. Yeah, I'll link to a few things that we have here. Like these sleeping bags are super old. I can't link to them, but I can link to this tent. I think it's an Amazon Basics tent. It's huge and, again, relatively inexpensive, but we have gotten a ton of use out of it. And there's the teenagers corner over there with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's it, everybody. I think I guess I can. I'm sitting on something important, a headlamp. Maybe I'll link to Raymond's favorite headlamp in the description as well. Mine is old, so that wouldn't help you. All right, people are starting to come by, and I want to see Raymond when he comes by. We'll get a little video of him. Here he is. Lap 1 done. Looking good. And that's all for this year, friends. Before you go check out all the links in the description, give this video a like and subscribe, but also share in the comments what you would like to see from me this year. I'm definitely coming up with fulfilling projects to me, but I want to make sure that I'm providing the type of education or entertainment that you want to see. So don't be shy. I want to hear from you. Happy New Year to you all, and thank you for watching.